A stick figure in a backyard, startled as a squirrel on a branch gestures angrily, and a dog sits nearby, looking like it's talking. Imagine walking into your backyard and hearing a squirrel shout, "Hey, stop hogging all the birdseed, pal!" Or your dog suddenly asking, "Why do you leave?"
A wide scene of stick figures surrounded by many animals: ants, a whale, small simplified outline in the background, dolphins and birds, all facing the humans as if ready to chat. This isn't just about chatting with your cat or asking dolphins about their favorite fish. We're talking billions of creatures, from stick figure owner with arms crossed as a dog points at the mailman, a cat points at its food bowl, and a parrot is squawking animatedly. Let's start small: our pets. Dogs would finally explain why they bark at the mailman. Cats could now complain, constantly, about the cheap brand of kibble you buy. Parrots would never stop gossiping. Owning a pet would feel less like companionship and more like having a tiny roommate who never pays rent. A goldfish in a bowl on a table, angrily waving fins toward a stick figure who looks tired and annoyed. And good luck telling your goldfish they only get fed twice a day. They'd be filing verbal complaints every hour. A farmyard scene with stick figure farmer holding a clipboard while a cow, a pig, and a group of chickens stand in front like they're negotiating. Now picture farms. Chickens demanding better working conditions. Cows forming unions. Pigs politely asking not to become bacon. Suddenly, free range takes on a whole new meaning when the chickens themselves are negotiating contracts. Farmers wouldn't just raise animals, they'd be running non-stop debates with them. The ethics of eating meat would explode overnight, because how do you justify eating someone who just told you about their favorite book? A hiking stick figure on a forest path, with a big bear standing casually and raising a paw, looking friendly.
Next, the wild. Imagine hiking in the woods when a bear calls out, "Relax, I'm not hungry today."
An underwater scene: stick figure diver with snorkel and dolphins, fish, and a crab all surrounding, all mid-dash conversation gestures. The ocean would become the loudest place on Earth. Millions of fish chatting, whales telling epic stories, crabs arguing over shells. It would sound like Times Square 24/7. A stick figure scientist in a lab coat holding a microphone toward a dolphin, while bees and crows also crowd around as if being interviewed. But here's where it gets exciting. Scientists could finally ask animals questions. Hey dolphins, what do you really use sonar for? Bees, can you explain how you always find your hive? Crows, do you actually understand traffic lights, or are we just imagining it? Decades of mysteries could be solved in days. Evolution, instincts, migration. It's like getting the universe's cheat sheet. A zoo scene: animals on stage like comedians, monkey holding a mic, giraffe reacting dramatically, while stick figure audience laughs. Of course, this new world would be hilarious and chaotic. Zoos would turn into stand-up comedy shows. Every city park would be filled with squirrels shouting insults. City street with stick figures covering their ears while squirrels, pigeons, and raccoons shout from rooftops and trees.
You're a tick raccoon?
They'd demand rent. And you know that one dog who barks at 3 a.m.? Now they'd be yelling, "Hey, there's a possum outside," all night long. Cities would get unbearably loud. We complain about car horns now. Imagine pigeons arguing politics above your window. But here's the wildest twist. Once animals can speak, we're forced to recognize them as equals. Not legally, maybe not immediately, but emotionally. It's one thing to see a cow as food. It's another to hear that cow say, "I love listening to sunsets." Overnight, the food industry, pet ownership, and even how we treat pests would change. Humanity would face the biggest ethical revolution in history. Our survival has always depended on animals, but if they can now sit at the negotiation table, we might not stay in charge for long. So, what if all animals could speak our language? We'd laugh, we'd argue, we'd rethink dinner menus, and we'd finally understand the minds we've lived alongside for millions of years. Communication would connect us, but it might also overwhelm us. Maybe, just maybe, we'd treat animals, and the planet, a little better once they could actually tell us how they feel. So, what would be the very first question you would ask an animal? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear your wildest ideas. And hey, if you enjoyed imagining this noisy new world, give the video a like, subscribe for more brain-bending what-ifs, and maybe tell your dog about it. Who knows, they might already be practicing their first words.